Yeah,
Sound
very
good.
Very good. It is Pro Bowl week here in Central Florida. Among the many festivities, an international football competition featuring some of the top young players in the world. Tonight, it's the U.S. national team hosting Canada in the North American Championship. Coming up next. Tons Tons of excitement in the air here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports for the North American Championship. Team Canada takes on the U.S. national team in the under-18s. Welcome, everybody, inside the booth. Drew Felios alongside Rini Ngolia, and the tension is building. We just heard both anthems from Canada and the U.S. What else makes tonight so special?
Well, I mean, playing for your nation, playing for your country, there's no bigger honor, and these kids are they're ready to play tonight.
Yeah, most of the kids from the United States ready to finish up their high school careers and then enter their college careers. But for Team Canada, they've got guys that tonight are trying to make their mark.
Well, yeah, and in a national team game like this, they've only been together 5 days of practice. They're learning their teammates, learning new systems, and more importantly, learning the American rules.
All right, tonight's team captains and flag bearers are brought to you by Riddell, the official helmet, shoulder pad, and impact monitoring partner of USA Football. There you see some of the talent we're going to be calling over the next few hours. Jalen Maiden, number 13, a special player.
Yeah, a junior in high school this year, will be a senior next year. Most of the U18s are juniors, going to be seniors. There are a few seniors, but Maiden, as you said, left-handed quarterback, throws the ball really well. Going to be very interesting watching him tonight. Dylan Zimmerman, a wide receiver for Canada. Keep an eye on him. Had a really good week of practice.
Will Bates, very workmanlike for the United States, as Team Canada will wear the red here tonight. The U.S. national team will wear the all-white, and we're just about set to go as you see Anthony Gurley back to receive for the U.S. Sit back and enjoy a brand of football that probably not used to seeing very much as two countries clash here from the side of the Pro Bowl, taken from the 15-yard line, and that's a fabulous move made across the 30 and to the 43-yard line by Gurley. So when we come back, the U.S. national team will take over on offense as we are underway from Walt Disney World.
We see the leaves turn and know it's time. A rite of passage, with the field as a classroom and hash marks as guidelines. We see teammates becoming friends, friends becoming brothers. We see moms and dads standing taller as their kids dig deeper. We hear laughter and lectures, pads popping, praises sung through a face mask, echoing over proving grounds, where character grows stronger and lessons last a lifetime. But we also feel the power of teamwork and the magic of mutual goals. We feel the emotions of triumph and loss, the development and growth of team. And that's why we do what we must. To certified coaches are trained. To verify safety measures are taken. Testify about the values of the game. To strive relentlessly to satisfy every player and coach's desire to be better. We are caretakers of playing fields that yield enriched lives, teachers and protectors of an American tradition. It is a responsibility we all take seriously, a challenge we all must embrace. Because we are forever football.
Want you to see all of the lights.
Gatorade bars. Never let hunger get in the way of your game.
The North American Championship is brought to you by Riddell, the official helmet and shoulder pad of USA Football. Gatorade, fueling the U.S. national team, fueling the future. Upper Deck, the official trading card of the U.S. national team. And USAFootball.com. Sign up today for our parent, player, or coach account on the all-new USAFootball.com. So first offensive series to the U.S. national team. All spotted at the 43-yard line. And the quarterback, Jalen Mayden. Very talented youngster that we'll be watching out of the shotgun. And notice the formation, very different here to start as they go with the trick play down the middle. It's caught by Ezekiel Ennis, and he is racing to the end zone. One play and a touchdown.
How about that for an opening play of a game? Great trick play, run to perfection. Spread the formation out. A lot of people get confused, but the center just needs to snap the ball backwards behind the line of scrimmage. It can go sideways like that as long as it's back. Great job by 65, Will Bates with the snap. Great throw as Ennis gets right down the seam. Opening play touchdown for USA.
Keep in mind, these teams have only had about 5 days to prepare. So I guarantee you that they're going to take some shots at each other tonight. They said, hey, we're not the most prepared. I guarantee you the other team is not as well. As a 2-point try is going to come up short of the goal line. So it'll be a 6-0 lead here to start for the U.S. national team. You can tell just by that play, the U.S. national team knows that they have got to play their best tonight, and they got to take some chances as well.
I mean, listen, you've basically been together as a team for 5 days, and to get in sync and put a trick play of that nature in 1 week, but not only that, run it to perfection, shows you what a great job head coach Matt Hennessy and his staff has done this week. And oh, by the way, Fred Biletnikoff Jr., you might know that name, Biletnikoff, is the offensive coordinator, so I'm sure he had a little something to do with that play.
Well, tonight's head coaches spotlights are brought to you by Siege Sports, the official uniform partner of the U.S. national team. You get a look at Coach Hennessy. He was fired up when we talked to him yesterday.
Yeah.
He's taking this game personal tonight.
He's one of the most intense coaches I've ever spoke with. He was the defensive coordinator in the World Championships for the U19 when Canada beat USA, and boy, he has not forgotten that, and he said he let his teammates know that, or his players this week know that as well.
And on the other side, take a look at the Canadian head coach, Marco Yadaluka.
Yeah, head coach at University of Montreal, a big school, 60,000 students, and also the Quebec under-18 provincial team coach.
Won a couple national titles on a couple different staffs. He's a veteran of junior football coaching in Canada. Riley Gabriel back to receive for the Canadians. This ball taken at the 11-yard line, and this is Louis Lavoie. And he is to the 32-yard line, so now Canadians will have a chance to answer. Well, tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Shock Doctor, the official mouth guard provider of USA Football. We're watching these guys practice yesterday. They have got a ton of weapons, and they are very creative as well.
And we talked about it in the open, obviously American rules, so they have to adjust. But, you know, the Canadian game, if you know about it at all, it's very spread out. They only have 3 downs. It would be similar to spread offenses down here, and you look, they come out with a spread right away.
So you see the shifting, and already movement up front. That was the biggest adjustment offensive players had to make.
False start. Offense, number 56. A 5-yard penalty, first down.
Arena, you played in Canada. Offensively, how much different is it than playing in college or in the NFL?
Well, the Canadian rules, all the offensive receivers and running backs, they can be moving at the snap. That gives them a little advantage going towards the line of scrimmage. Obviously, in American football, you can't. That's an old-fashioned false start there, though, by the right guard.
Spread things out, though, from the 26-yard line. Toss it right. This is caught across the 30. The ball comes out, and the U.S. national team has it at the 40-yard line. So jumping on it is Marvin Robinson. It'll be USA Football.
Yeah, Marchant made the catch for Canada. Nice little slam pattern, but it gets knocked out. And USA jumps right on, and a good throw by the quarterback right to Marchant, but a good strip by Oliphant there. Comes down, rakes that right arm down, does a nice job, and Marvin Robinson there for the recovery.
So the U.S. national team comes out red hot. They've got it at the 40-yard line. He'll swing it out this time, and this is David Shannon who gets his hands on it. He's to the 34-yard line, picked up a little more than 5. Well, tonight's starting lineup's brought to you by Shot Doctor, the official mouthguard provider of USA Football. Once again, there you take a look at the starters for USA. Keep an eye on Ennis, number 4, and Dylan Spalding, as you said in the opens, just had a marvelous week.
And David Shannon, who just caught that little swing pass there, a local kid, Claremont, Florida, East Ridge High School, so right out of the back, get him a little action as well.
Ennis splits out in the slot, and it's going to be a keeper by Maiden. Jalen Maiden follows a nice block and takes it to the 22-yard line. This is a very heady player getting some looks. Houston, Nebraska, Louisville, Ohio State, and Syracuse among the suitors. Let's take a look at the defense for Team Canada. They've got speed, and they said that we're going to know in the first few minutes whether we can hang with Team USA.
Well, and so this game's a little different because these teams, they're worried about just getting their systems and worried about themselves. Neither of these teams have scouted the other team, so they're worried about what they can do, not what the other teams can do. But as you said, they're going to know real quick how good the other team is, how the opponent is.
Run this one. It'll be a very short run. Brody Williams, number 51, right there, and he is the emotional leader of this defense.
He sure is, and he's going to have to make a lot of plays tonight, Brody Williams, for this Canadian team to hang in this game, in my opinion. And he does a nice job fighting off the block, and that's what you got to do as a middle linebacker. Read it, recognize it, and react. And that is exactly what Brody Williams did right there to make that tackle.
Now we asked Coach Yedaluka, biggest characteristic that he loved in his team. He said, we just love to fight. We will not quit no matter what the score is here tonight. And after the loss of 2, it's 2nd and 12. Roll left now. Maiden sizing up the field, toss it sideline, and incomplete. He was being chased by Lorenz Bowers.
And the one thing I would tell Jalen Maiden right there, he's a lefty. They roll him out to the left. I like that. Just get that head up right away because he had Ennis wide open in the beginning. And I know he came off and kind of looked into the middle, but boy, if he reacts right away and throws that, they got a nice gain there on 2nd down, which would have made this 3rd down much more manageable. Now you're in a 3rd and long, 3rd and 12 situation. If you're Canada here, you probably want to kind of pin your ears back, maybe send some blitzing here and try to get some pressure on the quarterback.
3rd down and 12. Maiden takes his time, gets it to his playmaker. Nice move made at the 25. And taking it up is Lance Jones. Inside the 20, going to be well shy of a 1st down.
Yeah, but a safe play, a nice little swing pass to Lance Jones. And I like how he planted that left foot, squared those shoulders, and got upfield and nearly picked up this 1st down on 3rd and 12. Right there. And the one thing I would tell him, secure that ball high and tight a little better. It was waving a little bit, but he does a nice job there at the end to get behind his shoulder pads, lower, deliver the blow, and pick up every yard he can, and gets it to a 4th and 5 here. So a decision here for Matt Hennessy if he's going to go for it or kick a field goal.
Tackle made by Dylan Zimmerman. As a player is down, we'll step aside from the ESPN Wide World of Sports. Just underway here in the North American Championship. USA with a 6-0 lead.
The coach that made the difference in my life was a 7th grade football coach named Buddy Copeland.
He's taught me on the field just to keep working, keep grinding.
He just helped me grow and inspire me to want to coach.
He taught me how to be a man of character.
I had never played center before. He gave me an opportunity after he told me I was not a tight end, and he made that very clear.
At his level, to be able to reach back
and impact my life and impact the lives of other people, I'll always appreciate that.
He's just making me confident, which makes other people around me confident, and he's inspiring me on and off the field.
He was just a middle school coach for, I think, 39 years. He changed my life, so thanks, Coach.
I say thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, I would certainly like to say thanks to Coach Bruce Brown.
Thanks, Coach.
The game starts in the film room and continues in the locker room. It locks down on the sideline, then plays out on the field. The game is controlled from the top down. Mind over matter. Every second on the clock, every inch on the turf, fought over and decided upon by every player out there. It's their game, where strategy and speed of thought conquers all.
Back here at the North American Championship, field goal try for the U.S. national team, trying to add to the 6-0 lead. A 35-yard try for Hayden Rome. Snap down, kick away, and it is up and good. So you gotta love the start if you are for the U.S. national team, as they come out fast here in the North American Championship.
Well, they open up with a nice kick return, the trick play, and now they get a turnover and they turn it into 3 points. And I tell you what, great job once again by Matt Hennessy and his staff. I mean, special teams is tough enough to coach with a team the entire year. You got 5 days, and snap was good, hold was good, protection great, and boy, Rome drills that from 35 yards out.
Hayden Rome, one of many sophomore, juniors, and seniors to be trying to get looks. Kids have a chance to watch the Pro Bowlers this week. The benefits of being here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports, they have made the most of it. It has been just a fabulous week.
It really has. So many events down here this week, and it's just so great that this North American Championship is part of Pro Bowl week here. Great facilities, of course, at Wide World of Sports here, and I think the kids, from talking to them, really enjoyed this week.
A little over 10,000 kids in USA football program. And he's some of the best that we're watching here tonight. Louis Lavoie back to receive for Canada. He's got it at the 6-yard line. Lavoie has got some wheels. He'll take it outside, get a few blocks, and how about that spin move? Up to the 40 and knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, nice return by Lavoie. Good little spin there at the end, and as you said, very good speed as he got that to the outside. An excellent field position for Canada. An important series, although it's early in the game with USA out 9-0 early. Important for Canada here to go down and put some points on the board.
Athletes from Canada trying to prove themselves against American talent tonight. Rini, they know what USA football is all about, all the great Division I colleges here in the United States, and the NFL, of course, the Pro Bowl players here on site this week. Andreas Dueck is the quarterback for Team Canada. Looked like early movement there. Dueck will just fire it up, jump ball, and this one is incomplete at the 28-yard line, but let's see if they're going to bring this one back anyhow.
Yeah, it looked like procedure. Good coverage there by Gurley not to give up on it, and the receiver, Kutrin.
Offside on a defense. 5-yard penalty remains. First down.
And of course, NCAA rules, so although it's offsides, a lot of high school federations blow it dead with encroachment. Again, NCAA, you're going to play on, so that's why it's basically a free play for Canada, and it's a good decision by the quarterback, Dueck, to take a shot down the field because it's a free play.
So first down and 5 now from the 45. And U.S. national team just stout up front here to start.
And Drew, that's probably going to be the biggest issue for Canada. In Canadian football, they're used to a yard off the ball. Well, this lineup right here that we're looking at, these defensive linemen, they don't have to be a yard off the ball. They have to be an inch behind the ball outside of the neutral zone, and they will fly off the football and get after this big Canadian offensive line.
Starting lineups brought to you by Shock Doctor. Once again, speed all over the place for the U.S. national team. There's the big man up front, Isaiah Ward, lining up. After the loss of one, it's 2nd and 6. Ball's on the turf. Dueck picks it up, but he cannot get to the outside. Thrown out of bounds. And USA once again with Sanogo, a guy who is just a ferocious linebacker.
Well, and Sanogo is, in my opinion, their best defensive player. He's number 1. He's right in the middle of the screen, middle linebacker. And just look at the speed. He tracks down the quarterback like nothing. Little throw out of bounds. Lucky he didn't get a flag there because a little bit out of bounds, but the referee's going to let him play. Alex Baranega out of the SEC, but Sanogo being looked at by Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Baylor. I mean, he's a good one as you look at his size. The most important thing is he can run sideline to sideline, and he'll hit you.
Now it's 3rd and 12, 3 wideouts to the left. Dueck hands this one off, trying to find a crease in that defense, and again, Sanogo is there to eat it up. He had help that time from Kyle Swinford.
But as a middle linebacker, Sanogo, if his defensive linemen keep him clean and Canada cannot get a lineman or a fullback out to him, he'll have 20 tackles tonight. He's just stepping up, filling the gap, reading the play, and he just meets the running back in the hole. And you saw the offensive lineman for Canada there, Logan Bandy, try to get to Sanogo. He just couldn't do it as Sanogo steps up and makes that tackle.
U.S. national team playing with a sense of urgency here in this first quarter. Gurley back to receive again. They nearly got to the punt. And this one's going to be down at the 21-yard line. So far, the team in white are the aggressors.
When you saw how intense their head coach, Matt Hennessy, was, he was the first one to greet Sanogo after that nice play. And it's intense out there. These guys are ready to play. And this USA team, they want to win this game, not only for themselves, but for their country.
Yeah, Coach Hennessy, a defensive specialist.
Yes.
He's the head coach at Locust Grove High School in Oklahoma. He took over the program, Rini, when they had 2 wins in 2 years, and he's turned them into a perennial contender.
Yeah, absolutely turned that program around. And after meeting him and talking with him yesterday, you can see how he's a very good coach. Very skillful, defensive-oriented, like you said, but I just love his passion and intensity, and that's what you love to see in international competition here for the U.S. national team.
First down and 10 now. Play fake. Maiden tries to get it outside, and it's going to be incomplete. Was trying to get to the sideline where Gavin Dunham was running.
Yeah, the big tight end tried to run a little corner route and just couldn't connect with him.
Surprising to know that USA at this level, U18s, 0-6 versus Canada at this level. They have not had a lot of success.
Yeah.
This is a must-win tonight for them.
Well, and I'm saying it, and that is surprising hearing that stat, and I think that is why this team has come out so intense tonight, because again, I think the coaching staff just reminded them with that every day.
Second down now. And this is Maiden, going to keep this one himself. Very simple. He'll have a first down. Simple but effective up to the 33.
Yeah, you're right, and I love the play call. You know, they're in a shotgun formation. They move the running back up, and the fact that Maiden can run the ball, it gives you an extra blocker in the formation, because usually when the quarterback hands off, he's out of the play. There, tucks it in that left hand, his strong hand, and great job by his running back, Alec Meza, to lead the way there around the corner, and a nice run and a good first down for USA.
Brody Williams made the tackle for Team Canada. U.S. national team on the move. Go to the screen. This time it's well set up. And another well-designed play. Andrew Bostic has a first down as a hat comes off at the 43.
Yeah, a little screen play. Ran beautifully. Good job by the lineman. You saw the helmet of the linebacker, Brody Williams, come off again. NCAA rules, he will have to come out for a play. But look at Mayden get the depth, drop it off to his running back, Bostic, and a good job of the offensive lineman out in front of him. Another first down for USA.
You surprised at how smooth this offense is running so far for the U.S. national team?
I really am, for only being 5 days of practice together.
On the offense, a 5-yard penalty, first down.
No, I'm not surprised to see that. You got an illegal substitution. You're going to have issues like that when you have new players playing together, and so penalties like that, the coaches, you can't get too upset about that. You take a look, and they're gonna break the huddle, and if it was Canada, you'd be good because you can have 12 guys on the field, but can only have 11, and so you're going to have issues like that. That's on the coaching staff, and they know that. That's just, but you're going to have problems like that, but should be good.
Now from the 37, first down. Run it up the middle. How about a broken tackle and then running over a couple Canadians? Lance Jones, a powerful run for the Americans.
Yeah, Lance Jones, 5'8", 170. He's got a good lower body. Gets low behind his pads, and he breaks the tackle of Bryce Lewinsky right in the beginning, just powerful through, and then he lowers the boom again. And I love that as a former running back. You always want to go forward, picking up those extra 2 and 3 yards, and Lance Jones did it there nicely.
5'8", 170 pounds, out of Enola, Oklahoma. A lot of players from the state of Oklahoma. Of course, the roots of Coach Hennessy here tonight. Another spin move. And I'll tell you what, Jalen Mayden is a cool customer here in the first quarter.
Well, the thing I love about Mayden there, it's just a little zone read. It looked like he was going to give it to the back, but he had his head up. He was making his reads on the defensive line. He pulls it, spins it back door to the left side, and has a nice pickup to get it here to 3rd and short.
Not a lot has gone right in this first quarter for Canada. I think a little bit shocked here at the start.
Well, in talking to head coach Marco Ialaduca from Canada, he didn't know what to expect from the U.S. team. He just didn't know, and he said, we'll find out when we kick this thing off.
Made it, another short throw, and it's caught along the sidelines. And how about the move by Jelani Foster as he surges forward?
And just nice little stop route by Foster, gets past the sticks, hooks up, and I love the pass by Mayden, how quick he delivers it, the lefty, out of his hand, a tight spiral, puts it on his receiver to move the chains.
So timing perfect. The U.S. national team has built some chemistry over the past week. Another first down, long drive here for USA. Run it again. This could be about a 3-yard pickup as Lance Jones took it up. And number 51 again, Brody Williams the tackle.
An interesting thing about chemistry, talking to Coach Matt Hennessy yesterday, he said, yeah, they've been together as a team 5 days, but about 3 weeks ago, they started texting each other as teammates, even though they really didn't know each other. They were following each other on Twitter and Facebook and getting to know each other. So when they got together this week, it was like, hey, I kind of already know you. And I tell you what, I think that helps in the chemistry. And boy, it's surely showing in this first quarter.
2nd down and 8. Run it again. They're grinding it out here in the first quarter. Alec Mesa gets his first carry. Mesa, an interesting story. He's a great football player, but he also loves Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's not afraid to mix it up.
Well, and I guarantee you, Jiu-Jitsu helped him with his balance. I love the little quick feet. Sees the hole, slide steps to the right again, lowers his shoulder. He's about 180-pound back out of Arizona. And boy, they're just getting 1-2 punches at you right now. Is USA behind a very good offensive line that's flying off the football.
Do you have to be nasty? Do you have to have that in you to be a good running back, Reedy?
I think you do. You got to want to get those extra yards. You want to deliver the blow, not take it.
Made it. Beautiful play action pass. And inside the 20, down to the 5-yard line, rumbling is Alec Austin, and it's 1st and goal for the U.S. national team.
Watch Alec Austin, 88. He's going to down block, and then he's going to come across the formation, and nice job by Mayden, just a nice soft throw as the big tight end clears into the flat. No one's there. Austin turns it up, and it's 1st and goal, USA.
It has been simple. It has been effective. And now U.S. national team looking to go up 3 scores. It has been a near perfect first quarter. Keep an eye on number 48. Ryan Betts lines up as the blocker, and they give it to Jones. Jones surging, trying to get to the goal line. He's about 2-yard shy.
And he was trying to run behind his big fullback right there, Betts. Nice job by the Canadian defense, though, to string that out, come up, make the tackle, and keep Jones out of the end zone.
Americans will hurry up here. Spot the ball at the 1. 9-0 USA over Canada.
Timeout. Team Canada. Their first time out of the half. Be a 30-second timeout.
And I think a smart timeout that time by the Canadians.
Yeah, you know, you got to gather your team, your defense, and talk to them. But, you know, if I'm USA here, you know, you're going to line up, to me, double tights, fullback, I formation, and you're going to say, try to stop us. We got 1 yard to go. We're going to go behind our big center, Will Bates. We're going to power through you for 1 yard and a touchdown.
I know we've got a lot of viewers tonight, Rini, thinking, well, football is America's game. They should be dominating, but it has been amazing how good the competition has been around the world and how much other countries are catching up.
Well, listen, the Canadian Football League, believe it or not, has been around longer than the National Football League. It's just a little different game up there. You know, they play with 12 players. They have 3 downs instead of 4. It's much more passing, very wide open. So Canada has athletes. They have players. And guess what? When they come down south to play Team USA, they got a little chip on their shoulder, you know?
So far trailing 9-0, 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's been all USA here at the start. Alec Meza is the running back. Jalen Maiden, the ball on the ground. He's got to pick it up quickly. And it'll be a wasted down for the Americans. Be 3rd down and goal as we're about half minute away from ending the first quarter.
Yeah, and they were going to score if he doesn't drop that snap. They were going off tackle behind the right tackle. Noah Poyer did a great job. The big fullback was leading the way, Betts, and just couldn't handle that snap to get it to his running back, Meza, who would have walked in there.
If they get this playoff, and they will. Hand it right side. No, it's a bootleg. And an easy walk-in for the touchdown. Jalen Maiden makes it a 15-0 game.
And I just like the maturity out of Maiden as he rolls out there. Great fake. Rolls out. That's an RPO. It's got a run-pass option there. His receiver's covered in the back of the end zone, and he knows he has the speed to get this in the end zone. Right there, his tight end, Dunham's covered, but Maiden knows I have the speed to get it inside that pylon and score that touchdown, and he does it.
Well, he got the entire Canadian defense going left that time, as they're going to go for 2 here. And how about this quick throw? It's going to be incomplete. Second 2-point try missed by the U.S. national team, but after 1 quarter of play, a 15-0 lead, I think they'll take it. 1 quarter in the books here in the under-18 championship at the North American Football Championship. The U.S. national team and Team Canada. We got a good one here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports.
The USA Football 7-on-7 tournaments certainly have attracted some of the top high school teams, and with those teams, some of the top high school football players. You've got prospects who are going to the Alabamas and the Clemsons of the world, and they have a chance to come out and really showcase their talent and compete alongside of their high school age teammates against their high school rivals.
And as a coach, when you look at these type of events, you want to develop your program, right, across the board. So it's your individual players. Are they developing as an individual and getting bigger, faster, and stronger? Are my assistant coaches increasing their knowledge and gaining more experience?
So when we get out and see these competitions, what's important is, first and foremost, these are the high school programs, the high school players, the high school coaches. They're naturally competitive, so the environment is very competitive. It's about the scholastic program and the coaches, players, offensively and defensively, and winning as a team.
Meet Amy. She has kids in different sports and is always on the go. For Amy, raising money is a fact of life, but it takes a lot of time, and that's exactly what Amy doesn't have. Wouldn't it be great to find a totally new way to raise money? Introducing FlipGive, the fastest and easiest way to raise money for your team, league, or school. Simply create a free fundraising page and invite your team to join. Every time someone shops through FlipGive, up to 50% is given back to your fundraiser in cash. Create a free FlipGive fundraiser today and start raising money the easy way.
So it's same business sports performance, whether we're talking about Olympic athletes or middle school and high school athletes, the foundation is the same. We want to remove dysfunction and then build upon their sport-specific movements to allow them to function at a very high level on and off the field.
The greatest teacher I was ever around was Chuck Noll. He was a fabulous teacher within the structure of the game, but how it translated to life. He did a great job of correlating the two. He was a great challenger. He challenged you to get the most out of you. I didn't really understand that until I got to the NFL and I was playing for Chuck Noll, and he always talked in terms of your life's work. He said, guys, football's not gonna be your life's work. I don't care how long you play, it's still not going to be your life's work. You're going to do other things a lot longer than playing the game of football.
The North American Championship is brought to you by ESPN, an official partner of USA Football and the Heads Up Football program. Volt Athletics, train on the same program as the U.S. national team. Cutter's Gloves, the official glove of USA Football. And USA Football's Coach Performance Center. Get access to thousands of online coaching education videos at usafootball.com. And it's a perfect night for football here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. Great family atmosphere here tonight at the North American Championship.
Little guy wanted to put the gloves on, and he said, the heck with it, I'm just going.
Well, U.S. national team's been going so far, 15-0 over Team Canada. So the Canadians will receive here to start the second quarter. Go the onside kick. Ball is on the ground, and it looks like the Americans have it near midfield.
And I was just about to say, Drew, watch the onside kick, because the way this game's going, USA would do it, and they did it. And I tell you, Canada, they had a shot to recover it first, just didn't get there. And USA, just a well-run engine right now, running on all cylinders. They get the onside kick perfectly, and they get the recovery, and there's some happy coaches for USA.
So they roll the dice, and they get double sixes.
Yeah.
Coach Hennessy loving it right now on the sideline for USA.
And I mean, if you're Canada, after the first play of the game, that trick play, you just have to be on guard the entire game now for anything and everything USA will do. And another timeout, it looks like, by Canada.
Be a 30-second timeout.
Well, so many great players have gone through the U.S. national team and USA Football. U.S. national team program has featured more than 650 high school athletes who have gone on to play NCAA football. And before these young men became household names, the national team featured prominent players like Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston. We've also got 2015 NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year Todd Gurley, Fred Biletnikoff winner Corey Coleman, among others. There's some of the guys who have represented. Brian Winters of the New York Jets.
How about
as well.
Jameis Winston? Did I miss that? Did you mention? Because that's your
sure
guy
did.
in Tampa right there. I mean, unbelievable alumni that have played for the U.S. national team, and that's a testament that how good this program is, U.S. national football. And right there, just some great players that have come through the system and are the best of the best.
U.S. national team, go with a little flip. Ennis is the ball carrier. He'll take it across midfield, pick up 4 yards. I'll tell you what, Brody Williams, number 51 in red, this kid can play. He's all over the place.
And, you know, we talk a lot about USA and those kids getting scholarships and playing Division I football. Listen, the Canadian kids want to as well. You know, they watch big-time college football on TV. They see the big stadiums, and they want to impress as well. And, you know, there's a lot of American programs, a lot of colleges and universities that will go north of the border and recruit guys and give them a chance to play Division I football.
This very much a litmus test for this Canadian talent on the field tonight. They want to see how they stack up. This one thrown inside the 40-yard line, and a great catch made right there by Ennis. Ezekiel Ennis has been a factor here in the first half.
But look at the throw by Maiden. I mean, the linebacker, Lorenz Bowers, for Canada is dropping in coverage, and watch Maiden. The ball's going to get just over the outstretched arms of the linebacker for Canada and drops it in there perfectly to his receiver, Ennis. It's a great route and a great throw and a first down for USA. I mean, if you're Canada right now, you just got to be shaking your head because you drop back, you're in good coverage with the ball just over your hand.
Trouble with the snap as Maiden goes down to get it. Flag comes down on the far side of the field.
And right now, that's the only thing USA's done wrong tonight. A couple snaps we've seen hit the ground.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 men in the backfield. Penalty is 5 yards. Replay, first down.
Our official tonight, head referee Alex Baranega, had a chance to talk with him before the game tonight from the SEC and also the Sun Belt, one of the best.
Yeah, and it's a good crew. It's kind of an all-star crew, he said, and we have 3 gentlemen from Canada on this officiating crew as well, and Big 12, and just a great job, and they're doing a nice job tonight thus far.
Ends up being a loss of 2, so 2nd and 12. Dylan McDonald make that Andrew Bostic in the backfield. He gets the carry, and that is a great form tackle. Saw 91 Hamlin come up and make that stick for Canada.
Yeah, it looked like 27 Dylan Zimmerman was in on that tackle as well, and he played wide receiver, but coming in on that tackle again, as you said, 91 Hamlin there as well. And that's what you need to do if you're Canada. You have to attack. You have to attack downhill, and you got to get off the ball. Now, it's an advantage for them on defensive line, too, because they're used to playing a yard off the ball. They're a little closer. They can attack quicker, and a big 3rd and 11 for this Canadian defense.
Back to throw again is Maiden. This one's caught at the 35. First down and more. Rashad Bateman. Several offers, one from Georgia Southern. He says Odell Beckham is his favorite player, and those were some Beckham moves right there.
And Bateman's just a junior, 6'2", 173 out of Tifton, Georgia. I like his size, and that's demoralizing right there for Canada. You got USA 3rd and long, 3rd and 11, and you just uncover Bateman. Little stop route, good throw by Maiden, puts it on him. He turns it up, picks up the first down, keeps his drive alive.
So Bateman moves the chains, and a fresh set of downs just outside the 20. Maiden has just run this offense to perfection up to this point. He'll be gang tackled here at the 16-yard line, but Rini, at the beginning of the game, emotions are always so high.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's your quarterback's got to settle everybody down, and Jalen Maiden has been that guy so far for the Americans.
He's done an excellent job. Again, right there, zone read. You see his heads up. He's reading it, and, you know, who else you got to give credit to is Fred Biletnikoff Jr., the offensive coordinator, because this offense, to me, other than a couple snaps that have been put on the turf because really that center quarterback exchange, they've just been doing it for a few days. It looks like a well-oiled machine here running on offense.
And it certainly does. So many different guys making plays. Players have stepped up, and Biletnikoff Jr. showing his value as an offensive coordinator here in the first half. Maiden throws to another wide-open guy. He's got it right at the first down marker. Another tough catch made by Alec Austin. Austin, a guy who's just got one offer from Drake University, but here's a guy that as time goes on, big-time colleges are going to pick up on. He's got great hands.
Listen, they got some time before signing day, too, so a big tight end like Austin, you have a good game tonight, you never know. All of a sudden, the phone starts ringing, and a couple more school offers come in there. So, nice job by Austin tonight. We've seen him make a couple plays tonight.
3rd and 1 now. Canada really needs to stop. Backing up is Maiden. Tries to dump it over the middle. It's incomplete. Alec Meza had a step, and now decision time for the U.S. national team.
With the aggressiveness of Matt Hennessy, I think this is a no-brainer. I think he goes for it here. Big offensive line, and I'll probably be wrong. He'll probably kick it, but we'll see.
It looks like going to have a field goal coming up here for the Americans. Fourth down, a little more than one. I think they may go for 3. And I thought wrong.
Yeah.
They will go for it. Rainey, you were right initially.
Yeah.
Timeout called, though.
Yeah, a little confusion. That's a good timeout.
First timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
I just think at 4th and 1, Drew, this offensive line is big enough, is strong enough, and I just think you got to be able to power it through. And the way that you've run play action too, they have to respect the fact, Canada does, that Maiden can keep the ball on a keeper and get to the outside as well.
Well, the U.S. national team regional development camps are 2-day events featuring NCAA coaches as instructors, providing athletes nationwide with a chance to earn a spot on the U.S. national team. In 2017, USA Football will host 30 regional development camps nationwide. Earn your stars at a regional development camp. Go to usafootball.com/regionals to learn more.
And I can't say enough about the U.S. national team and USA Football. They've done a tremendous job with our young athletes coming up the ranks, starting from the real young age up to now and then on to college. And of course, we saw the alumni and the pros, and it's really a nice job.
So with a 15-0 lead, U.S. national team going to go for it here, and this is disaster. The bad snap. Maiden just tries to fall on it at the 30. Nonetheless, it'll be Team Canada ball.
Yeah, and really the only thing USA has done wrong tonight is we've seen some errant snaps and just can't connect. And this is shotgun snap, and it's just a little low and to the left, and Maiden couldn't handle it. I believe it was Will Bates, the center, and he was trying to get out, reach block on that. And sometimes as a center, you're worried about getting out to your responsibility, blocking first, and you forget the biggest priority, and that is to get the snap back there.
Heard the Canadian fans. They were on their feet for a moment. About 150 families made the trip down here to Central Florida. That's intercepted at the 45. The U.S. national team will get the ball right back. Anthony Gurley in the perfect spot.
Yeah, Canada, they get the sudden change, the turnover. Duick tries to hit it down the left side, and Gurley's there. He just falls off his coverage. An easy interception, and USA will take over the ball once again.
After the change of possession, unnecessary roughness on the offense, number 6. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down, Team USA, timeout.
Just when it appeared the momentum was swinging towards Team Canada, the big play by Gurley. U.S. national team will get the football when we return to Walt Disney World.
Honored to present the 22nd annual Biletnikoff Award to Corey Coleman from Baylor.
He's got a 45-inch vertical, runs a 4.3.
I'm the best wide receiver in the country.
I'm Thomas Davis of the Carolina Panthers, and I just want to thank my high school coach, Coach Jim McFarland, for all that you've done for me over the years. Thanks for help raising me into the man that I am today. Thank you, Coach.
Tough luck on the sideline right now for Marco Iadaluca, the head coach of Team Canada, trailing 15-0 and coming off a turnover now. That'll be 6 yards on first down as the ball slung out to Dylan Spalding. He's been quiet so far in this game. Dylan has just had a marvelous week of practice. He has wowed the coaches.
And that's the type of wide receiver you like. Look at his frame. He's a thick receiver, 6'2", 205 pounds, only a junior. Nice little wide receiver pass there, wide receiver screen. And I love that his teammate, Ezekiel Ennis-4 right there, was out there blocking for him on that wide receiver screen, helping your teammates out.
Said he was diving for the ball in warm-ups. Sound badly, he wants it, never wants to miss a pass. Again, the play action, Maiden, has been a deadly call all night long. And he'll throw this one out of bounds and incomplete. It was caught by Dylan Zimmerman, but well out of bounds. But that play action, I mean, that's the most simple play in football, and it has got Canada completely off balance here tonight.
Oh, and it helps when you have a quarterback like Jalen Maiden that has the speed and athleticism to roll out. Now he's left-handed, so obviously they're going to roll him to the left and really just flood one side of the field, and that's what you want to do. Just, you know, in games like this where you don't have a lot of time to prepare and you're the offensive coordinator, you put a system in, you pretty much simplify the game for the players, and you just let them go out with their athletic ability and talent and play. And so far, that's what USA has done in this ballgame.
Got a 3rd down and 4 coming up now. See Spalding split out to the right. Ennis will be the slot guy, and will blow this one dead.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
And you'll see that happen in games like this as well. To delay a game, you're trying to send in some new sets, some new formations, some substitutions, and just not really in sync.
Coach Hennessy pleading his case.
Yeah. Well, you see he put his hand up. What happens in a game like this, they don't have a play clock. So the back judge has it on his watch. So he puts his hand up, and when it gets to 5, what Coach Hennessy's saying, he needs to start counting, because I need to see as a coaching staff if I need to burn a timeout or not. And he wasn't happy. He didn't think the back judge did that right there.
So it makes it 3rd and 4, 3rd and 9. Trips to the right for the U.S. national team. Maiden fires again. He is on point here in the first half as the catch made at the 21-yard line. That is going to be a little bit shy of a 1st down.
I believe there's a flag on the play as well, Drew.
So Spalding makes the catch. And Alex Baranega now with the call.
Take it. Illegal formation, 5 players in the backfield. Offense, penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot. Replay, 3rd down.
Yeah, and that's the 2nd time we've seen that tonight for USA. You got to have 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. So what happens is, inevitably, a receiver, you look at the top of the screen, one of those receivers, the slot guy, needs to be up on the line of scrimmage. He's back. That doesn't give them enough players, and that's what happens. You get 5 guys in the backfield.
And now a 3rd and 14. USA going backwards here. Maiden going to try and get it all back with one throw. No, he'll just take a little this time as Spalding steps out of bounds at the 31. So now 4th down from the 31-yard line. Looks like a punt or a field goal here in the works.
Well, we'll see if they got into the range of Hayden Rome.
Right now the quarterback still in the game, Maiden.
Watch a quick kick here.
And he'll drop back. He's under serious pressure though. Maiden gets away. Somebody's open downfield. Touchdown! Spalding in the end zone. And the U.S. national team strikes again.
Wow, that's all I can say. I mean, it looked like to me Maiden was dropped back in the shotgun enough where he may quick kick it. But watch how close his knee is to touching the ground from this low snap. Whoa, he puts it down, doesn't touch. Came about 3 inches, gets away from the sack, rolls to his right, puts it up, and his big receiver that we just talked about, Dylan Spalding, gets free in the back of the end zone for the touchdown.
I think Team Canada defensively was amazed that time that USA was going for it, and they were backpedaling from the start.
Number 6, 10-yard penalty, replay, 4th down.
And it's all for naught.
Wonder where that flag came from. We did not see it.
Yeah, and they got Lance Jones, the running back, with a hold there. And now I believe you'll see a more traditional punt.
So wipe that one off the board as Rome punts it away. This one taken inside the 5. And we'll blow this one dead and mark it right there. And there was no fair catch that time.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing for Canadian football. There's no fair catch in their game at all. So I don't know if the receiver, Coutrin, waved his arm and started running. You know Matt Hennessy wants a foul, but you see that a lot of times where the player will wave that arm, catch it, kind of take a couple steps, and the officials don't flag them. They just blow the play dead, and that's what they did right there. But regardless, horrible field position for Canada as they're backed up at the 5-yard line.
Let's take one more look.
Yeah, I mean, right there, that little bit of a wave is absolutely a valid fair catch signal. Good job by the officiating crew to call it. And the fact that he took a couple steps, I can see how USA wants a flag, but I've seen a ton of games in college where they just blow it dead and bring it back to the 5.
Now Team Canada goes to the ground game. And it's going to pick up about 6 yards. It's number 24, Gregor Marthon, the ball carrier. First time he has touched it tonight.
Yeah, Marthon presses the hole nicely there, bounces it to the left. And a nice pickup to get them away from the goal line there on first down.
Goal for this offense for Team Canada. Just keep the U.S. national team off balance, but they just have not had the football in the first half.
Well, that's been the problem. The Canadian defense has been on the field almost this entire first half.
Toss this one out right. You see the American players trying to jump those routes, as this will be a first down catch by Evans Passe Coutrin.
And that was Oliphant for USA that tried to jump that route. I think he was thinking pick 6. He misses it. Coutrin makes the catch, turns it up. And I believe that's the first down for Canada tonight.
Javante Oliphant, the defensive back in position. Duick out of the shotgun again. Speed of this U.S. national team has just been suffocating. Ball comes out inside the 10 as Lofton falls on it for the Americans, but there is a flag.
Yeah, and it came from the referee, Alex Baranega, so we'll see what the call is. The ball was definitely fumbled, though. We'll see if the flag is on USA.
Face mask, number 23, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic, first down.
Get Isaiah Humphries, defensive back, on the face mask that time.
Yeah, and he's pleading his case. He's like me, I didn't grab anything, but they threw that flag definitively, saying that Humphries grabbed the face mask, and that will negate the fumble and the recovery by USA.
First down, Canada. Best drive of the game so far for them. Oh, big hit made right there. That's number 20, Daniel Cantrell, the linebacker.
And watch how Cantrell comes up and makes that hit. You want to talk about great form. See what you're hitting, lower, head across the bow, come up, look at that. Get that head up, I like it. Look, see what you're hitting. Very safe, great fundamentals. Come, make that tackle in the backfield. TFL tackle for the loss there for Cantrell.
Cantrell out of Boise, Idaho, 6'1", 220 pounds. Another guy shining tonight under the lights here at the Walt Disney World Resort. 2nd and 11 now after the loss of 1. Duick wants the home run. He's got a man out there, but just leads him a little bit too far. Was looking for the speedster, and it was Coutrin. So Coutrin, the guy that they want to get in space.
Offense, number 24. Penalty is declined. Third down.
It'll be third down. And this Canadian team, we saw yesterday, Rini, an offense having fun. We saw diversity. We saw you know, them getting it to guys in space. They haven't had that kind of rhythm here tonight.
Yeah, and you see right to the left of the screen there, you had an illegal chop block, and what that was, you had a guy that was addressed with a player up top. The cut came underneath. That was the penalty. 3rd down 11 here for Canada.
Throw it out. Left side, this is caught at the 36-yard line. As Alex Groshek makes the play, it'll be 4th down though. So now if you're Canada, you try and go for it here, and they're going to bring the punting team
Yeah,
on.
no, you kick it here. It's 4th and 8, and if you're USA, I'm surprised Matt Hennessy doesn't take a timeout here. He's got 2 left to save as much time as he can, because there's no doubt they want to score here before half.
Antoine Couture, the punter. Rush comes again. They nearly get to it. Lucky for them, they did not run into the punter that time. This ball will take a U.S. bounce, be down at the 44-yard line. So far, it's been mainly the U.S. national team doing their thing, and it looks like we got another flag after that last punt.
During the kick, holding on the receiving team, number 1. Penalty is enforced 10 yards from the end of the kick. 1st down, Team USA.
So first quarter, we barely saw any flags.
Yeah.
Second quarter, it's been a different story.
Well, maybe the officiating crew needed a quarter to warm up. But they're warmed up, ready to go, and so that 10 yards. But listen, 1:56, 2 timeouts in their pocket. We saw what kind of leg Hayden Rome had earlier. So the big thing for USA here is they want to get some more points on the board and really go in with a lot of momentum to the locker room at half.
U.S. national team has it the 34. Spread things out once again, and we got a new quarterback as Zach Green comes in, and he misplays that first snap. Looked like it was a little low, though. It'll be a big loss for USA here to start.
Yeah, and they have to clean those snaps up, because that's the one thing that's killing them. But now, if you're USA, boy, that hurts. So now you just want to get to the locker room up 15-0, and you know, maybe here on 2nd down, something safe, maybe a draw, an inside handoff, see if your back can break it, get you back into a place on the field where you can take some shots. But boy, that's the one thing they're going to have to work on at halftime, is really cleaning up that shotgun snap that we've seen a few bad ones today.
2nd down. Set up the screen this time. And that's not going to get anything. Big 69 comes to clean it up. That's Tanner Schmeckel.
Yeah, they read that nicely. Come up, make the tackle, and if you're Canada, 1 timeout left, I would have taken it there and, you know, force USA to at least try to punt the ball, stopping them on 3rd down, and maybe you can block a punt, set up a return, and try to get some positive momentum for your team going into half.
So USA 15, Canada nothing, 102. Left to play here in the first half. USA came out smoking right out of the gates. Canada's had some chances to get back into it, but just have not been able to take advantage. I think the big story, though, along with the great play of Jalen Mayden, the quarterback for USA, has been their defense. It's been suffocating.
Yeah, and I think that's the issue the Canadian team just can't deal with, is the speed, I think, of that defensive unit, especially sideline to sideline. They can all run.
3rd down and a country mile for USA. And we'll just keep it on the ground. Andrew Bostic gets what he can. Bostic says he tries to run like Maurice Jones-Drew. Take a look at the youngsters for USA, taking advantage of this opportunity. So many of the guys said this is one of the biggest nights of their football life, getting to play during Pro Bowl week here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports and playing with the USA across their chest.
And that's the biggest thing, is the honor of representing your country. And there's no honor bigger, really, in sports, I don't believe. And these kids have a chance to come out here and do it and play in a North American championship and bring it home for their country.
Very emotional in the pregame. Both national anthems played. First for Team Canada and then for the USA. Good first half for Andrew Bostic. And the Americans, also that guy right there, Brody Williams, has played really well. If I were a Division I football scout from a big-time college, I'd be making notes. Number 51 would be a guy I'd want to have. And Rini, over the years, we've seen much more Canadian players come into big-time college football. I know you do games all over the country.
Yeah.
And they have really made an impact. And I think it's only going to continue. Some schools like Syracuse and Nebraska and North Dakota known for recruiting Canadian players.
And you know, it's usually those schools that are a little closer to that border, and it's easy for their recruiters to get there and see them and hear about them. But you're right. I mean, every program you're seeing Canadian players come down and play big-time football, and you're right. Brody Williams is one of those guys that has that ability, and from Manitoba, one of those tough guys, and likes to hit.
Hayden Rome to punt it away. 15 seconds left to go in the first half. Team Canada may try and come after this one. And again, we've got movement early across the front.
Prior to snap, false start, offense, number 11. A 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And you see Rome back to punt. He's not that traditional 14, 15 yards you normally see a punter. They have him up a little closer, so if you are the Canadian team, you definitely want to try to shoot through there and see if you can get a hand on it and block this punt.
Here comes the rush. Oh, he gets that away quickly. And another flag is going to come down. I think they had somebody run into the punter, Hayden Rome, so the USA may get this one back.
Yeah, Rome was definitely hit. That's where the flag was, and we'll see Alex Baranaga here.
Roughing the kicker, defense, number 20. A 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic, 1st down.
And it's Jimon from Canada there, and that's where, if you're Jimon, you have to find a point about 2 yards in front of that punter and lay out. Now, it's tough when the punter's only 10 yards deep. Your target's a little off, and that's what happened is Rome gets that punt off, and he ends up getting roughed.
Only 2 seconds left, time for one more play.
Yeah, and if you're USA, you're just going to take a knee here, go to the locker room up 15-0.
So Zach Green takes a knee. And a little feistiness at the end of the half from both the defensive line of Canada, the offensive line of the USA. A little bit of frustration on the Canadian side. They trail 15-0 as chance of USA ring out here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports.
Yeah, good half for USA. I think Coach Hennessy's got to be happy, but I guarantee at halftime he's going to make sure his kids come out with the same intensity in that 3rd quarter as they came out to start the game.
Biggest surprise for you so far, Rini? What have you witnessed that you've really liked or not liked?
I mean, the biggest surprise is the trick play right off the first play of the game and how well they executed it and just the intensity they've come out with.
Joined now by Marco Yedeluca, the head coach for the Canadian national team. Coach, so far, you guys have not been able to get any points on the board. What needs to happen in the second half for that to change?
Well, obviously we need to get our defense off the football field. They got a little short kick on us to give them an extra possession. We had a nice little gain early on, which we fumbled the ball after the catch to give them the ball back again. And obviously that's what happens when you play on these 4-day practice schedules. They came out with a little trickery, which they executed well, and we weren't ready for, obviously, in 4 days of practice. So all the credit to them, but I thought we did much better in the second quarter of the game. We just need to get our offense growing a little bit and get our defense off the field.
Yeah, Coach, I would agree, really. Other than that first quarter where they came out open with that trick play and got on you, it's only 15-0. So what do you tell your players at halftime to get them ready to come out in this 3rd quarter?
Well, I'm going to tell them that I don't think we played a very good half of football, but yet we're still in the football game. So we were a little bit shell-shocked at first, but we got to regroup, come together, try to get an early score and make it a game here early in the 3rd quarter.
Marco, thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.
Best of luck in the second half. As Canada trails Team USA 15-0 here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. The North American Championship halftime of the Under-18 Championship. We're back with more from Walt Disney World in just a moment.
Focus, get that mental work now. Time to eat. Do a day.
We've been doing this since we were 7 and 6 and 5 and 4, all right? We got one last shot, all right?
Smart, short-term memory. Okay, in a football game, good things and bad things happen. Stay smart. Blue flags, break down. Catch the ball, get upfield.
Shot to the corner of the end zone and finds his man, and you just call touchdown, Panthers.
What USA Football is reinforcing is the things we already do, which is positive. But we've also had a number of coaches saying, hey, this is great that we're emphasizing this part of the game. You're not telling me how to do X's and O's, what type of defense to run, what type of offense to run. That's not the role of heads-up football. The role of heads-up football is teach those all-player basic fundamentals with blocking and tackling and understanding this development of a continuum. And I think coaches, they buy into that.
To me, it has nothing to do with what level you're playing at. This is just the right way to tackle, and we really think that we're seeing the future of football.
Right foot, and boom! We have our hands ready, eyes to the thighs, so make sure our eyes are looking up.
What we've achieved here really is a landmark moment. The idea that the NFL, Pete Carroll and Rocky Sedum, the Seahawks, the American Football Coaches Association, USA Football, we've all come together to ensure that there's going to be consistent technique and consistent terminology taught through the shoulder tackling system.
We believe in shoulder contact here, and we think that we have ways that we would like to share with you that might help your game.
I think because of maybe some of the naming, heads up and hawk, people failed to realize that the actual fundamental principle was we wanted to tackle with our shoulders.
The tackling discussion has just evolved. Just over the last 5 years with USA Football, we're finally able to now unify the language of how we teach safer tackling.
If this system didn't work on the field, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
This is where the game is going, and we want to make sure that we're working as best we can to solidify this game for the future.
Halftime here at the North American Championship, 15-0. The United States leading Canada. Drew Felios, Sereni Angolia, great to have you with us along for the ride tonight in a first half really dominated by the red, white, and blue. Started with the trick play, and then they settled in on defense for the rest of the half. Let's take a look at some of the numbers here at intermission.
And you really hit it on the head. The intensity that USA came out with, and look at the big one right there, plays. 30 offensive plays for USA to 9 for Canada. Rushing yards, dominant passing yards, total yards. I mean, really just a dominant performance by Team USA.
And it's just a two-score game, 15-0. USA had some chances, could not put points on the board late in the half, so they could not put Canada away. Let's see if Team Canada will take advantage in the second half. Okay, in 2016, more than 9,000 high schools, middle schools, and youth organizations participated in USA Football's Heads Up Football program. The nationally renowned health and safety program takes a comprehensive approach to a better, safer game, covering player safety and football fundamentals for high schools, middle schools, and youth leagues. Enroll your program in Heads Up Football at usafootball.com/headsup. Here's a look at the positive difference Heads Up Football is making today.
The words that we use have a direct relation to their learning thought process. We're going to put this all together. So break down, go. Close the gap. Right before making contact, I buzz my feet based on my hit step, shoot, and rip my way through it.
I was really concerned about the game and the way the game was perceived, and me as a head football coach seeing a decline in the numbers of my youth program and the exposure of concussions and the way it was looked at in relation to high school football, and that concerned me.
It first really kind of came across my desk when I started to receive phone calls from parents of youth players, middle school players, essentially going into high school, when mom would call me and say, hey, who's the player safety coach at this high school? And I would scratch my head and I would say, player safety coach, what's that? It sparked my interest.
I think it's important for us to be out in front of some of these things and making sure that we're doing absolutely everything we can to make the game as safe as possible.
I asked Terry Summerfield, who is a coach at one of our local high schools and a master trainer in USA Football, to come in and do a presentation for our executive board on Heads Up Football. Our executive board thought the program was excellent.
Heads Up Football is promoting the game of football in every aspect.
So the board said, hey, let's take it to the voting body of the OSAA, the Delegate Assembly. And in spring of 2015, our Delegate Assembly voted to adopt Heads Up Football as a requirement at all our member schools.
So here's the steps. Today you've gone through your training. You're going to go back and you're going to communicate with your athletic director on the coaches that you have in your program. Get them the high school certification. Then you'll conduct a coach's clinic. You're going to do the same thing with your parents. I think so many times we assume that because we're coaching these kids, the parents, they're trusting us all the time. But we have to think of it the same way. We can't assume that the kids are going to know anything.
What USA Football is reinforcing is the things we already do, which is positive. But we've also had a number of coaches saying, hey, this is great that we're emphasizing this part of the game. You're not telling me how to do X's and O's, what type of defense to run, what type of offense to run. That's not the role of Heads Up Football. The role of Heads Up Football is to teach those all-player basic fundamentals of blocking and tackling and understanding this development of a continuum. And I think coaches, they buy into that.
If you love the game of football and you love working with kids and you want to do the right thing, USA Football is going to provide you, give you the tools that is going to put an emphasis on the players.
Stick.
And its safety.
Finish all the way through.
We think it's the best initiative out there, comprehensive player safety course. I feel extremely comfortable in the fact that we're going to have 241 schools in this association, all of which are Heads Up schools, all of which have player safety coaches, and their coaching staffs have all completed the online requirements to be Heads Up certified.
USA Football, the Heads Up Football program, is the right thing to do for any football program. Youth, high school, college, pro, it doesn't matter. It's what's right for the game.
$15-0 here at halftime. The United States leading Canada. And we've got more from the Walt Disney World Resort here at the North American Championship. We're back in just a moment.
Go the distance with Disney and the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex in Florida by training or competing in one of the many track and field events hosted here annually. From Disney Track and Field Spring Training to the Walt Disney World Cross Country Classic to Disney Track and Field Showcase. Get ready for your season or get noticed by any of the numerous college recruiters in attendance. Check out DisneyTrackandField.com for more information. When you run Disney, every mile is magic. Marathon and half marathon races through the Disney theme parks are waiting for you at Walt Disney World Resort in Florida and Disneyland Resort in California. Known for courses lined with Disney entertainment and the best finisher medalers around, Run Disney events are a must-do for veteran runners and newcomers alike. For more information, visit rundisney.com. Disney Field Hockey Showcase is the premier event for the nation's fastest-growing sport. With over 100 college coaches in attendance, female high school athletes can contend for scholarships on the national stage. To find out how your team can compete here, visit DisneyFieldHockey.com.
The North American Championship is brought to you by McDavid, a proud partner of USA Football. First Down Playbook, a supporting sponsor of the U.S. national team. Shock Doctor, the official mouthguard of USA Football. And USA Football 7-on-7, built by high school coaches for high school teams. Register today for a USA Football 7-on-7 tournament. Well, it was an electric start for the U.S. national team, and they eventually took a 15-0 lead into the locker room. Drew Felios, Sereni Angolia. Team Canada going to try and rebound in the second half because the United States hit them hard.
Well, how about the first play of the game? You put two quarterbacks in there. You slide out Zachary Green, the direct snap to him. He's going to take a shot, but throws a strike to his receiver, Ezekiel Ennis. First play of the game, USA's on the board.
Ennis just outruns everybody. It's his last shot against this Canadian team. He is hungry for a win here tonight. Then the play action, Maiden gets into the end zone.
Yeah, great play action there. He has the speed, turns the corner, gets it inside the pylon, and USA was rolling early.
The U.S. national team did not look back, had chances to add to that lead late, did not take advantage. It could easily be a 27 to 30-0 game.
Well, and that's big, and you know, only up 15-0. If you're Canada, you feel pretty good about that because we saw the first half stats last segment, and really USA dominated, but you look at the scoreboard, only up 15. Any, you know, big play happens, Canada's right back in this thing.
Canada's best player through the first half, Brody Williams, number 51, the linebacker, making plays sideline to sideline. Not much offensively, though, for the Canadians. Andreas Dueck, the quarterback, has been pretty much bottled up by this USA defense.
Well, you know, they've tried to take a couple shots down the field. The quarterback, Dueck, was intercepted. Again, give credit to the corners of USA, Gurley in particular. They have the speed and athleticism where they think, hey, we can cover the Canadian receivers one-on-one, and they're doing a nice job. And really, though, just not a lot of offensive plays for Canada in that first half.
And we're joined now by Matt Hennessy, the coach of the U.S. national team. Coach, we got a sense from watching you guys practice yesterday that you want this game badly. How bad do you want it tonight under the lights?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, just the fact that we're 0-6 against these guys in the U18 game. You know, we've talked all week about going 1-0 and starting a new tradition with the U18s. And the fact that most of our staff and some of these players, and, you know, including myself, were on China and lost the last time we played Canada. So it's a little bit of a vengeance game for us.
Coach, you came out with great intensity. What did you tell your kids in the locker room, and how do they come out with that same intensity here in the third quarter?
Man, we didn't have to tell them nothing before the game. They were juiced and ready. And they've done a great job of getting ready all week. That's the thing that's been impressed me with these kids. Right now, we tell them, let's go finish. You got to come finish with the same juice. Start this second half the same juice you started with, and let's go finish. We don't have the turnovers and the penalties and all the stuff that killed our drives. We're way up right now.
Coach, your quarterback, Jalen Maiden's a cool customer. Through all the emotion in the pregame, this guy really kept his composure, and he really has some great attributes on the field, doesn't he?
No, there's no doubt. He's a special kid. And he's a great young man, too. That's the great thing. His mama's raised a good one right there.
All right, Coach, best of luck in the second half.
Thanks, fellas.
That's Matt Hennessy, who comes in here, the head coach of Locust Grove High School in Oklahoma. And he has stressed to his team what it means to compete for the United States here tonight. And USA Football, their Coach Performance Center. USA Football's Cutting Edge Coach Performance Center, featuring more than 1,000 coaching education videos by top NCAA, NFL, and high school coaches. Access USA Football's Coach Performance Center 24/7 and drive into football's premier coaching resource. Create your account at usafootball.com. Tremendous website. Had a chance to visit it throughout the week.
It really is, and we ran that segment at halftime and really certifying coaches, making sure they understand the heads up, the proper way to tackle. And boy, USA Football, U.S. national team, they do a phenomenal job. And I was going to say something Matt Hennessy, Coach Hennessy said there was that Maiden's a good kid. And that's the thing. All these kids are good kids. Good grades, all heading towards college. And, you know, it's just not what they do on the field. It's what they do off the field as well.
You know what I thought was funny? We asked these USA kids, what was it like watching the Pro Bowlers practice? And few of the guys said, we weren't that impressed. They were dropping a lot of footballs.
and they said, that's where we want to be. And listen, I tell people all the time, you want to watch good, fundamentally sound football, go find a top-notch high school program and a really good college program. And unfortunately, when guys start making millions of dollars, no one is really going to tell them the proper way to put the ball, secure the ball, or maybe, you know, Odell Beckham Jr., you want to use two hands instead of one. They're not going to do it.
Yep. There's Riley Gabriel back to receive for Team Canada. as they'll get the football first. Here to start the second half, Drew Felios, Rini Ngolia, and our tremendous crew here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. We are having a blast tonight as Hayden Rome is set to kick it off. High kick, and it'll be taken at the 12-yard line. And they'll try it left. This is Gabriel. As the flag comes down to start the quarter.
Yeah, Spencer Smith, 45 for Canada, is going to get called for a block in the back right in the middle of the play, and that was an easy one there for Alex Barrenega.
Illegal block in the back. Number 45 of the receiving team. Penalize half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down, Team Canada.
Yeah, right in the middle here, and close. You can get him on the side, but you saw that hand on the back, and you see the arm there of Barrenega throwing that flag in there, and that's a good call. That's an easy call there, and not the way Canada wanted to start the second half, excuse me.
This Canadian team knew that they'd have some challenges tonight because this year, a lot of kids that would be playing at this level moved up.
Yeah.
Rini, this is kind of like an under-18 B team that they've got on the field.
Yeah, a lot of kids that normally would be on this team, we're going to see them in the next game playing for the U19s for Canada.
Here's Dueck out of the shotgun. And Canada trying to get it in good range here. They take it up to the 12-yard line. Up-ended right there was Tadi Sawira, the running back.
Yeah, Sawira just a little off tackle out of the pistol set and picks up some yards on first down. I think it's very important for Canada to really grind it out, get some first downs, and really let their defense rest and just kind of work the clock a little bit. Again, you're only down by 15 in this game, but you got to get some first downs. You got to get some momentum.
After the pickup of 4, try and run it one more time. And this should be a first down at the 20-yard line. So finally, Canada able to move the line of scrimmage, and it's Sawira again.
Yeah, Sawira again. It's really the same play. Good vision by the back to get that handoff, bounce it to the right side. And you see the defensive end there for USA just kind of has to freeze on that zone read. He's not sure if the quarterback's going to pull it or not. He doesn't commit to the running back. The quarterback, Dueck, gives it to the running back, and a nice pickup and a first down for Canada.
Only the 3rd first down tonight for Team Canada. Now they'll try and run the slot. And looks like this could be a sack back at the 10-yard line. Looked like it possibly was a face mask, but the flag doesn't come out, and Andrew Johnson is high-fiving on the field.
Well, you're going to see on the replay, he gets the hand up high. He kind of swipes the helmet of the quarterback, Dueck. Not enough to get the penalty. Believe me, if it was the NFL, you blow on a quarterback's head, you're going to get a penalty. And actually, it was actually 76. Kyle Swinford that got the hand up there. Could have been thrown. They don't throw it. And the sack gets registered by number 9, Andrew Johnson.
A loss of 8 yards. And that's the first sack of the night for USA. One more time, they'll try and throw it on the fade route. And it looked like tie up there near the 30, but that ball probably uncatchable as the Team Canada coaches wanted a flag.
Well, and it looked like miscommunication as well, because I really believe he was throwing that ball to Kuchrin, 13. Thought he was going to run a fly pattern down the left sideline. He stops, he lets it go, and then the underneath receiver just tries to get to it, Noah Johns, and just can't get there, and that's a good no call by the officials.
Team Canada now needs 18 yards. First drive of the 3rd quarter. U.S. national team defense just had a fabulous night trying to keep Canada off the scoreboard. Here comes the avalanche, and it'll be a sack. They're going to roll at the 1-yard line. Druick just got snowed in.
Yeah, and in case you're wondering at home, it doesn't matter that he ultimately gets driven into the end zone and tackled in the end zone. It's where that contact first happened by the USA defense, and it was at the 1-yard line. That's where the ball will be marked, and you just see the blitz right through the A-gap, and that's our man, Sanogo, right there, right up the middle. The running back just cannot handle him, and then his teammates get there as well for the Team USA sack.
Mohamed Sanogo, he is playing angry tonight. If you're wondering what colleges are looking at him. Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Baylor. He has not decided just yet. He's going to wait till national signing
day. And I told him yesterday when we spoke to him that I did the Mississippi State bowl game.
Illegal substitution. Team Canada, 12 players in formation. Penalized half the distance to the goal line. Remains 4th down.
And getting back to Sanogo, I told him I did the Mississippi State bowl game this year, the same people, and I said, boy, they could use you on defense because there are some deficiencies on that defense, and I'm sure Mississippi State would love to have Mohamed Sanogo.
Couture trying to punt out of the end zone now, and looks like he has taken a knee, so Team Canada takes the safety, and they'll surrender 2 points here.
Yeah, interesting decision by Coach Marco Ialaduca to take the safety. He clearly does it on purpose. He's going to take the knee, give USA the 2 points. Now they'll free kick it from the 20. They just believe they have a better chance of giving up the 2, kicking it from the 20. But I tell you, in a game like this, that's a tough call for a coach to make, and he decides that's the best way, and USA gets the 2.
Always tough to surrender points. So it makes it a 17-0 game.
Well, now even with the free kick from the 20, you still have to get a good kickoff. And, you know, with the speed of USA, they're going to set up a return. They can end up with really good field position, and then it's a double whammy. It kind of backfires on you. So we'll see what kind of coverage Canada has here on this free kick. And it's their choice. They can free kick it, either punt it or kick it off from the 20-yard line. And most teams in this situation elect to punt the ball from the 20. And just as I say that, he's going to put it on a tee and kick it again. Totally their decision. The onside kick is in play, even though it's a free kick.
Antoine Couture kicks it away for Team Canada from the 28-yard line. Lots of speed from Gurley. Gurley gets to the outside. Well, he is a flyer.
I mean, so that's the thing right there, Drew. You give the 2 up, and then you kick it off, and Gurley returns it to the 43-yard line anyway. So USA's got great field position on top of getting the 2 points. It's just a nice job. Gurley gets there and just ball in the proper hand. Good ball security, high and tight. Left hand, I love it. In the hand to the sideline you're running. Gets it to the outside with the speed, and just like that, 43-yard line for USA.
Gurley out of Everett, Washington, Archbishop Murphy High School. The confident young man.
Well, and he's one of those premium positions that colleges really like. He's a lockdown corner that has the skills as a return man as well. So you really love to see that out of your DBs.
Jalen Maiden, ball on the ground one more time.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 65. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
That's big number 65. He's had a great game so far. Will Bates has been in this program for a long time, and get this, great football player, Rini. He also loves to mow lawns.
I could adopt him anytime. Of course, he played for Matt Hennessy at Locust Grove in Oklahoma, and the only issues he's had tonight are a few tough snaps.
Maida takes it ahead, get it near the 1st down marker, ridden down by Bryce Lewitzki.
And Will Bates, he's one of those seniors and committed to Southern Nazarene University, a Division II. And you can see him, he's not a tall guy, but is he wide and stocky. List him at 6'1", 280, and you know, you got to be a smart player to be a center, especially in the college level. You make all the line calls, and Bates is a good one.
Yeah, Southern Nazarene University recently committed there. A happy young man right now. Suiting up tonight for the U.S. national team. And we got a timeout on the field.
Team USA, 1st time out of the 2nd half. This will be a media timeout.
So Coach Hennessy and Coach Politnikoff will huddle the troops, and we'll step aside. 17-0. U.S. national team looking to add to the lead.
There's no doubt in my mind that tonight is our time. So we're going to celebrate tonight. We're going to celebrate Independence Day tonight. Repeat after me. If every member on this football team felt like me, what kind of a team will this team be? I represent this country, and I represent my last name. With one goal and one aim, to have fun and to win games. So this right here, it's my time. It's in my heart. It's in my mind. I work real hard to get my shot. So this right here, it's turn up time. 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 Hey, 1, 2, 3, turn up.
The North American Championship is brought to you by FlipGive, a fundraising partner of USA Football. St. Vincent Sports Performance, the official sports medicine partner of the U.S. national team. Registration Saver, USA Football's exclusive youth league and camp registration insurance partner. And USA Football Shop. Get your U.S. national team and USA Football apparel and gear today at usafootball.com. Maiden back to throw for the U.S. national team. And that has been his favorite receiver tonight, Andrew Bostic. As Bostic takes it inside the 40 to 37-yard line. 17-0 your score. Drew Felios, Rini Angolia, and our great crew here tonight on Championship Field at the ESPN Wide World of Sports.
Well, you see the quickness out of Bostic there. Catches it, looks like he's bottled up, and he's got quick feet to elude a couple tacklers, get it upfield for a nice positive gain.
It's been all USA from the start. Canada has had some moments, but unable to put points on the board. The speed and the play of quarterback Jalen Mayden has been the difference for the team in white. Mayden wants to throw again. This time gets out of the pocket and will get it to his receiver. That's number 11 again, Dylan Spalding on the catch.
Yeah, and he picked up a few yards, and you're in that spot on the field, kind of that tweener spot. You're not going to punt it from here, so it's up to Coach Hennessy if he wants to give Hayden Rome a shot at a long one, or you go for it here on 4th down. And knowing his aggressiveness, he's going to go for it here on 4th down.
I love the helmets of this U.S. national team. Aren't they sharp?
The uniforms, everything, they're looking good.
Resemble some Navy colors. A little bit of shine there. 4th and 1 now. And taking it himself right up the gut. Mayden picks up a first down.
And you just love the exotic formation, and really looked like the formation they started the game with. And by doing that, it spreads out the Canadian defense. They have to respect the outside of the field with a formation like that. Then a simple shotgun snap, good blocking up the middle, and they say, Mayden, go get me 1 yard.
Rini, you got 5 days to get in as much as you can. So credit this coaching staff, because it's almost like a checklist, right? Like,
sure.
You have to realize, okay, what do we have to play in this game?
Not to mention, these kids haven't played with each other before, so it makes it that much more difficult. But this staff has done an exceptional job.
Canada digs in, 1st down and 10, fresh set for USA. Mayden is going to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Flag does come down, though. We'll check and see what that is. Riley Gabriel celebrating for Team Canada.
It's a 15-yard. Take him back or decline. Personal foul, chop block on the offense. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Well, I'm surprised they declined it, because I'd want to take that 15 there if I'm Canada. And you're going to see the chop blocks to the left of the screen. You had a guy engaged up top, one go low. And I was going to say before the penalty that really that's the first time tonight Jalen Mayden really made the wrong read. I thought he would have given it to his running back, Lance Jones, that time. He keeps it, gets tackled, and Canada declines that penalty. I'm surprised. I thought they'd take the 15.
So manageable at 2nd and 13.
Sure.
Mayden unloads again, near side, And it's his man, Spalding, who has just been dynamite here tonight.
And you almost wonder for Canada if it's just reflectionary to decline that, because remember, in Canadian football, you only have 3 downs. So you may decline that in Canada because 3rd down up there is like 4th here. They don't. They think the down's important, and you see what happens on this next down. They don't take the penalty. USA picks up the 1st down.
That's the biggest adjustment they said they had to make yesterday.
Close to picking up the 1st down, excuse me.
So spot at the 20. They're about 1.5 yards shy of picking that one up.
It's not just an adjustment for the players. It's an adjustment for the coaches to coach in the American style of football.
3rd down and 2 now. Right side is open. You see they line up 48 there, and they run Maiden right in that spot. Jalen Maiden takes a blow, spins to the 10-yard line before Zimmerman plants him there.
And we saw that play earlier in the game. That's just a sweep to the right, a power sweep, if you will, with Maiden just keeping it. Gives you an extra blocker in the formation. They go to the right, and they pick up the 1st down.
In 2016, USA Football provided nearly $2 million in grants to high schools, middle schools, and youth organizations. USA Football awards annual grants for new football equipment, AEDs, synthetic turf fields, and disaster relief assistance. Learn how to apply for a USA Football grant by visiting usafootball.com/grants. Just been a fabulous week here at the site of the Pro Bowl, watching the USA Football program along with the best players in Canada practice throughout the week. We have a player down right now, and let's see if we can see where that injury happened.
Yeah, it's Ryan
right
Betts,
there.
yeah, the fullback 40 right there, kind of gets rolled up on, and that's a common play in football when you're blocking, and happens a lot, and hopefully Betts is okay as the training staff will take him off and look at him.
Rini, I know that can happen on practically any play, but if you are a young player, what steps can you do to minimize the chance of it happening?
A great question, Drew. Keep driving your feet. Keep blocking the guy. Now, it's tough on the sideline because, you know, what are you going to drive the guy and block him out of bounds, and inevitably someone's going to throw a flag. But the biggest thing you can do around piles is just keep your feet moving and driving, and that's your best chance to keep a leg from getting rolled up on. But in the game of football, that is a prevalent play that we see a lot.
O'Brien Betts is okay. Maiden winds up, goes to the fade, and it's incomplete. Was looking for Spalding. Spalding's got great size over there, as he is 6'2", can jump out of the ceiling as well.
And the thing that, you know, I was impressed with Spalding as well is his thickness, his frame, and only a junior goes listed at 6'2", 205, and you know he's going to grow a little bit more, but good size, good frame, and you know that's. College coaches like those bigger receivers because what it does is it causes matchup problems against traditionally smaller defensive backs. Now we're seeing colleges start to get bigger defensive backs now. These kids that are 6'1", 6'2", that in the old days would be safeties that are now corners.
Brings up 2nd down now. Ennis in motion. And they try and get him out there in space. Ball will come out. We'll say it's incomplete at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and you saw Maiden kind of smack his hands there. That's one there. Just take a deep breath, take an extra count, because if he gets that to Ennis in stride with that field in front of him and his speed, he's got a good opportunity to make a play in space and try to score there. You know, when it comes down to it offensively, really what you want to do, it's all matchups. You want to get the ball into the hands of your skill players, your athletes, your speedsters in space, because that's the hardest thing to do in football is tackle one of those guys one-on-one.
Tanner Schmeckel now digs in for Team Canada. Big play here. As Canada going to try and hold the U.S. national team to 3. Trying to get out of trouble. Maiden is going to be taken down at the 10-yard line. The ball comes out. Looked like he got it back, though, and if he did, he is very fortunate. And he does have it there.
Yeah, and 58, Gabriel Peltier for Canada did a great job. He put the initial pressure on Maiden up the middle here, but watch, he doesn't give up on the play. He keeps running. He's gonna be the one who comes in and knocks this ball loose right there. Just can't grab it. Baden's able to fall back on the ball as it kind of falls into his lap, and it'll at least give USA an opportunity here to put 3 more on the board.
Hayden Rome now from the right hash. He's going to have to really kick this at an angle here to get it through.
And if you're wondering, those hashes tighter, and that's where they're going to move the ball inside there, and kind of had them on the wrong hashes out there. They'll move it inside, and there's a kicker that's going to be much more happy with this angle, or lack thereof, I should say.
28-yard attempt for Hayden Rome. Kicked one earlier from 35, and he's got a good-looking leg. That is up with no questions asked, and good. So 20-0, the lead extended for the U.S. national team. The kicker, Hayden Rome, having a little fun.
Well, you know, so Canada took the safety, and they end up holding USA to a field goal. So, in essence, they give up five points in that change of possession there.
Heard Coach Hennessy talk about that China trip last year. His team was there for 3 weeks, played every 3 days. It was a grueling trip. He said the Canadians were older, they were bigger, stronger, maybe even a little bit faster. His team fought like heck. They were able to beat them once, but in that championship game, could not get the W, and it's kind of stuck with him ever since.
It's no doubt stuck with him, and he's carried it to this day here, and he's an intense coach. He's a very good coach, and you know, teams, especially teams like this, national teams that are put together and, you know, only together about a week, they oftentimes will take the identity of their head coach, and if their head coach is intense and he's that type of guy, boy, they're gonna react to that, and I think that's why they've come out and played the way they have almost through 3 quarters in this game. Not to mention he looks tough, like he could kick your butt, so you're gonna listen to him.
Great staff as well. Talked about Coach Biletnikoff, also Bill Williams, defensive coordinator. As U.S. national team looks like they've got it at midfield. The second time today they have rolled the dice, and once again, it is recovered by the Americans.
Yeah, another onside kick, but really, you know, this is on Canada because they have a chance to recover this ball. You have to be in the right position, and they were in the right position. They just didn't recover, and you see the quickness of USA to get down there and fight for this ball. And just, listen, Canada wasn't fooled. They come up to try to make the recovery. They just can't get there at all. I mean, number 42, Jake Robertson, for Canada, has a really good chance to recover. It just doesn't do it. And just look at the reaction from Matt Hennessy and his staff. They're pretty happy, and they're like, feed me with a first down, and they do. They get it.
Rarely do you see the guy celebrating the most, the head coach.
Yeah.
Usually that guy is the one keeping his cool, but not the case here. Coach Hennessy just having fun. That is what he is all about. This is a backwards pass. It is caught, and good job staying on the feet. Andrew Bostic gets it up to midfield as he shook the tackle of Randy Kabuku Mabenko.
And again, great feat by Bostic, and it's a lateral to start with, and you see the unbelievable block from Ezekiel Ennison. He's thrown some really good blocks tonight, and you love that out of your wide receivers. And then the fight from Bostic to make something out of nothing to get some positive yards. Or at least get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Kabuku Mabenko, slow to get up. Help to the sideline now. And second down for USA. It's been all red, white, and blue tonight. As the third quarter winds down. Jalen Maiden, how about some reverse action? This one's gonna be swallowed up. Big number 92, William DeGagne, there to eat it up.
And give credit to Bryce Lewinsky, 44 for Canada. He stays home, sets the edge. He's gonna step upfield. He's not fooled. Turns him back inside so his teammate can finish him off.
Big William DeGagne, defensive lineman, 270 pounds, out of Quebec. Canadian fans asking for their team to play inspired here. More play action for Maiden. Wants the home run. It's dropped. Dylan Spalding had a touchdown in his grasp. That's the first mistake he has made tonight.
Wow, and Spalding wants that one back. Beats the defensive back by a couple steps. Maiden puts it out there for him. Kind of back shoulder fades it. And that's a tough catch for a receiver. Spalding, though, knows he needs to adjust to this ball and make this catch, because when you're Maiden, that's where you want to throw the ball. You don't want it wandering into the middle of the field, so there's no chance for a safety to come over the top. You want that ball to fade to the outside. Tough catch for Spalding, but boy, you have to make it, and he knows that.
So 4th down, 15. And again, Maiden is in the shotgun here, and he'll do a quick kick. This ball just hanging in the air. And I see some crushing blocks on the special teams. And it'll be down at the 20-yard line. USA thinks they've got it.
Now, it'll be interesting what the call is, because Canada went in there and tried to touch it. They don't need to touch it. We'll see what the call on the field is. They're going to talk about it. Now, there's no replay in this game unless they call a targeting penalty. Other than that, nothing is replayed. And they're going to call it down by USA.
Ruling on the field.
Canada ball.
As a member of the receiving team was forced into contact with the punt by a member of the kicking team. By rule, that touching is ignored. 1st down.
So they're saying Canada touched it first, but he was forced into the ball. That is a rule. You cannot do that. Does not make it a live ball. Canada's football. And I like how the officials got together, talked about it, and made sure they got it right.
Andreas Dueck still at quarterback for Team Canada. Sawera can't get upfield. Taken down at the 15-yard line.
And if you notice that time, the running back started going forward. That's legal in Canada, illegal in America. And that's the tough thing for the running backs, and we'll see if that's what the flag is.
And they'll push it back 5 yards. That is a legal motion.
Yeah, and that's it's tough enough to prepare for this game, but if you're Canada, you got a few rules that you're just, running back, you're allowed to do that. And so that's a normal legal play in Canada. Just tough there for the running back, and he'll get hit with the penalty.
1st down at 15 at the 10. Back to throw is Dueck, trying to go long, and it's intercepted. Just outside the 40-yard line, Jacob Lang said it's the biggest game of his life tonight, and he just made one of the biggest plays.
Well, he played that perfectly from the safety position. Gurley had the coverage underneath, lockdown coverage. It forced the throw long by Dueck, and watch the safety, Jacob Lang, just come over the top, play center field. Look at the ground he covers. That ball in the air, makes the catch, keeps his feet in bounds, and a nice interception for that young man. And really, Drew, I think that's been the biggest problem for Canada tonight, is the speed of USA, especially in the back end on their defense.
Yeah, it has been tremendous. 3rd turnover for the Canadians. And now USA goes back to the run. Alec Meza on the carry. As Zach Green takes over at quarterback for the U.S. national team. Canada still playing tough defensively.
And they're a tough group. We talked to both coaches, U18, U19, and they both said, no matter what happens tonight, our players will play their hearts out until the final whistle.
And throughout the week, Team Canada said that their time in the film room, in the meeting room, was even more important than their time on the field together, because they really got a chance to get to know each other. But tonight, this U.S. national team, they are tough to deal with. Defense making play after play. Jacob Lang, the latest. It's 20-0 headed to the 4th quarter.
High school head coach, Jeff Brothers, he taught me how to be a man of character, and he also taught me the game of football. You know, I saw him, and he's also my algebra teacher that cut me no slack, even though I was an athlete. So it's one thing he taught me: there's no shortcuts in life, and so I hold on to that, and you know, stay with it every day.
What does it take to become elite? It takes more than dedication, focus, and hard work. It takes an elite-level training program. Customized, sport-specific, online. Your perfect workout every time. That's Volt Athletics.
My favorite thing about flag football is having fun.
I just love coaching kids' confidence.
Flag football is my favorite sport because I can learn how to do all these really cool things.
Equal opportunity for all the kids to participate no matter what their skill level is.
I enjoy working with my teammates and being able to make awesome plays and get touchdowns.
Every player should have a sense of what it's like to score a touchdown, throw a pass, get an interception, and NFL flag affords you that.
The North American Championship is brought to you by Shadowman Sports. Better every rep. Physio Control, the exclusive AED provider of USA Football. Seed Sports, the official uniform provider of the U.S. national team. And USA Football Parent Center. Visit usafootball.com/parent and get your free USA Football Parent Guide today. Just a great night of football here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. 20-0, the United States under-18 team leading Canada as we start the fourth quarter. Zach Green, the quarterback, will go down here to start. As 88 was there, Jacob Spencer to take him down. And we got another flag.
Legal motion on the offense. Player is moving forward at the snap. That penalty is declined. Third down.
That's a penalty you think you'd see from Canada, not USA. And the one thing you can tell with the lack of work is the quarterback center exchange from underneath the center. And there's no doubt Bates is really firing that ball back there. And those quarterbacks have to stay in and underneath and make sure they receive that snap before pulling out.
Have a third down, a little more than 5 here. And a good chance to see Zach Green at work. Says he idolizes Drew Brees. And kind of throws like him as well. To the sideline, that is a dart right at Dylan Spalding.
And the thing I like about Zach Green, he's a big quarterback, 6'4", 200-pounder. Throws it very nicely, nice delivery. Only a junior from Chesapeake, Virginia. And you like those big quarterbacks, good broad shoulders, nice arm strength. And right there, throws a BB on third down to keep this drive alive.
Grassfield High School represented here tonight. 15th first down of the game for USA. As they'll spot the ball at the 32. Coach Yedeluka for Team Canada. Not much has gone right for his squad tonight, but they play on. Fake this one to Ennis, dump it over the middle, and that's a big shot. And the ball comes out, and it's into the hands of Dylan Zimmerman. It'll be Canada football. So something goes right for the boys in red here tonight. Maybe that's a spark.
And we talked about them not quitting as the Canadian defense sniffs out that middle screen there. Put the big hit on the running back, Lance Jones. The ball's going to get stripped out. It's on the ground and recovered. Good pressure. See if it's caught there. You know, that's one of those tough ones. It was ruled a reception. on the field. There's no replay. The ball gets to the ground. Canada recovers it, and that's a big play for that defense.
Now they'll come right back with a run. That's where this USA defense has just been so tough to penetrate throughout the night. Andrew Johnson on the stop, also 35 there. That's Shamari Hayes.
And to me, really, you know, although the offense has put up 18 points, you have the 2 points for the safety, the difference has been the defense of USA. I mean, they've been dominant back end, defensive front as well. The linebackers running the ball, and really Canada offensively has just not been able to handle the USA defensive unit.
Second down, here comes the rush. Ball in the air and incomplete. Look at all the talent on the field here tonight. I'm sure you're wondering at home, how does USA football find such great players? And you know, most of it, you got to credit USA football staffer Aaron Ingram. He's the guy, Rini, who goes across the country, watches these kids play and says, you know what, I want that guy, or possibly I could have that one. He says, how can I build my own house? And that's how he does it year after year, and these kids want to play this game.
And it never ends. I mean, he's always out there looking. He's always out there watching. People are constantly contacting him saying, hey, you should look at this kid. And he does a great job and puts together some great teams.
Throw this one for the home run. Good position out there. And the catch is incomplete. Looks like it would have been a dandy. As Kutrin came down with it, but I don't think he had possession.
Well, no, I think he caught the ball, Drew, but when he caught it and secured it, he was out of bounds. And the official was right there, and he made a great call. It was a great catch.
Offside.
He was just out of bounds.
Number 22, defense. 5-yard penalty, third down.
Lofton gets called for the offsides. That'll give Canada 5 yards, and we'll see. And you see him right there, bottom of the screen, right on the 40. That's where the offside is called. That's Demetrius Lofton, and just lined up offsides. And that, you just can't do that. You got to look down the line of scrimmage. You got to back up there. You see the end of the play, and right there, you see Kutrin. He secures that ball. He's just laying out of bounds by the time he finally does. Great catch, though.
Get 5 yards out of it after the penalty. Third down for Canada. Rush comes again. Not much time to sit back and throw, but he still delivers a gorgeous one. The flag comes out late, and they make it interference on Angeli, the defensive back.
So Angeli, he doesn't turn around, but you know, this is a bugaboo of mine.
On the defense. Penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
It's college rules. It's NCAA rules. You can face guard as long as you do not contact the receiver. Okay? You can completely face guard. So let's take a look at it here. Yeah, that's a bad call because you do not have to turn around and play the ball in college. He's got his left hand on him there. Okay. From that angle, I see what the official was looking at there. That left arm contacted him without him turning around to play the ball. I can see the official throwing the flag in there. Tough, but I can understand why. But too many times people say he's face guarding. In college football, you do not have to turn around and play the ball as long as you do not contact the receiver. High school football, different story. Face guarding is pass interference.
There's the penalties for USA, 13 for 91 yards, and there's another one. Although this time they say it's going to be on the guys in red. Alex Baranega and our crew tonight, they've been busy.
Snap, false start, offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Logan Bandy, offensive lineman, whistled that time. So first down at 15 from the 45. But one thing you know, Canada does not want to be shut out here in this game. Here comes the pressure, and he is swallowed up. Out of nowhere, Noah Taylor shoots and sacks the quarterback.
And Taylor, the defensive end out of Rockville, Maryland, the Avalon School. He's lined up on the left side. No one kicks back to block him for Canada. He's got a free run at the quarterback, and he gets there and finishes him off. Only a junior. You see the slender build, about 180 pounds, 6'2", but as I said, a junior, a young player that'll build in to that frame.
Got to correct you, Rini. How about 6'5"?
Yeah.
That is a massive frame. Once he fills out, look out. 2nd and 24, pressure comes again. Oh, right now, the defensive line for USA, they are firing off the football.
Yeah, and they're just pinning their ears back, and they're getting after it, trying to get Dueck for the sack. And again, that's been, to me, one of the best players for USA today is that corner. Anthony Gurley really been all over the place. A lockdown corner, hasn't given up a reception on his side, and had a couple nice returns tonight as well.
Canada's not converted a 3rd down tonight. Gurley continues to shine. He is here from the West Coast out of Everett, Washington. Need 24 here as the USA crowd chants defense. Here comes the blitz again. Incomplete. Trying to go to that far side where William Marchant was, and Marchant is a superstar offensively for Canada. He fumbled the ball at the very start of the game, Rini, and he has been quiet ever since tonight.
I mean, he was open there on the underneath route, but again, the pressure is getting to Dueck so quick, forcing him to throw the ball before he wants to, and that one's overthrown. But even if they completed that pass, if you're USA, that's fine with you. You come up and make the tackle, and it's 3rd and 24.
Here comes the pressure. Get the kick away easily. And a return set up at the 18-yard line. Gurley puts it on the ground, but it will be recovered. My United States player, Angeli, able to jump on it there. So 8:07 to play, and a 20-0 lead for USA. We'll step aside and come back to the ESPN Wide World of Sports in just a moment.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Nice. Good job. There it is. Go, 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 go. Keep it in. Keep it in. That's it. That's the way they celebrate. I can't hear you. What's the difference between a good defense and a great defense? Go get
Seen some great football tonight here in the under-18 North American Championship. Canada and the United States locking horns. Drew Felios, Rini Ngolia. Zach Green under center for the home team. Green tries to unload it and goes to the far side of the field, incomplete. Right there, the intended target was Gavin Dunham. Dunham is a guy he's a character. Number 42 says that Mr. Gronkowski is his favorite player, and get this, wants to be an executive chef when he's done playing football.
That's a great career, you know, going to be able to make that good food. But you know, if you're going to be a character, Gronkowski's the right tight end to emulate.
New England Patriots in the Super Bowl once again.
Without Gronkowski.
That's right. Still able to get there. It's amazing what they do year after year, even when their best players are not playing. And it's going down that time is Andrew Bostic, under 8 to play now.
Well, you know, Drew, we've called a bunch of games together, and you often hear me say there's nothing more dangerous than a player with a chip on his shoulder. Tom Brady has played with a chip on his shoulder ever since he came out of Michigan. You know, it doesn't matter how many Super Bowls he's won, he always plays that way, and I just don't know how you ever bet against that guy.
And he's played that way. Remember when he had the injury and he missed the half a season or most of the season, came back the next year, played with it. Then you had the controversy, Deflategate.
Yeah.
Came back, played with it again. And he keeps finding reasons to have a chip. USA playing with a chip on their shoulder tonight. Open and caught. No, incomplete. Ezekiel Ennis would have had a great one, and the crowd knew it.
What arm strength, though, by Zachary Green right there. And I love how he's rolling out. Sees the pressure. He's going to step up in the pocket and just let it go and get it out there and give his receiver a chance to make the catch. And obviously, clearly dropped there by Ennis. But, boy, what a throw by Zachary Green. Dan Ennis is upset. He knows, man, I want to make that catch. I should have made that catch.
So 4th down, another punting situation for the U.S. national team. Looks like they're going to try and hit one here. Throw it towards the sideline. The ball is caught with a feet in. And they will say it's a catch. And keep in mind, no instant replay in this game.
I mean, but how about the call? 4th and 13, Maiden's in there, but we've seen him punt in there as well. You're thinking he's going to do one of those little punts on 4th down, quick kick. Instead, they roll him out, and they pass it. We saw him do it earlier, and boy, Matt Hennessy's pretty happy. And see the catch, and right there, secures the ball. Looks like he's inbounds from that view. Now remember, the ball can touch the ground as long as you've secured it with your hands and the ball doesn't help you make the catch, and they ruled it was secured, and although the ball looked like it touched the ground there, it's a catch and a 1st down.
And it comes out here. Canada has got it again. It has been hot potato here in the second half as Zimmerman has it at the 37-yard line. It'll be 1st down for the Canadians.
Boy, we've seen a lot of balls stripped in the middle of piles tonight.
Offside, number 7, defense. Penalty is 5 yards. Remains 1st down.
So wipe away all of that.
That's killer. Because you finally make that big play. You're going to get the ball back in good field position.
And what's tough, Rini, is it's not offsides on a D lineman. It's offsides on a DB.
Yeah. And we've seen that out of USA today as well. I mean, lined up in the neutral zone, you just can't do that. You got to be able to look over and make sure you're back off the ball.
Players playing with a lot of adrenaline tonight. Lots of pride at stake. USA owning the moment. This is Maiden again. Down the sidelines and just tiptoes out of bounds. Boy, in the midst of chaos, he just always looks under control.
And that's really been, their go-to play. They've gone sweep right and left with him.
What type of offense, Rini, do you think he would look best running the way we've seen him play tonight?
Well, we've seen, the thing is, they've really showcased him out of multiple sets tonight. He's run zone read. We've seen him roll out, right? And we've seen him run the ball. So I think he fits the mold that most colleges are running today. An athletic quarterback that can throw the ball, but is also a weapon with his feet.
On 1st down, Maiden, just a tight spiral on the money again. At the 20-yard line, caught by Rashad Bateman.
And right on cue, he stands right in the pocket, turns and throws a strike. So, I mean, you can move him, you can roll him out, you can run him, and then right here, he just stands in, steps, and drops that ball in a window there underneath the safety and over the corner linebacker dropping back. I mean, that's the perfect throw there for that situation. So wherever he ends up going, of course, he's only a junior, so he's got another year of high school. They're going to be pretty excited to get him.
I think he'd be great in Bobby Petrino's offense up at Louisville. Also, Houston, you got Ohio State. Urban Meyer would love to have him as well.
You're comparing him to Lamar Jackson, the Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah. That'd be a tough act to follow. Now it's Green in the game. He'll fire it, and you see the ball just whizzes out of his hand. Incomplete as Ennis was out there for Team USA.
Yeah, and Green took a big hit there as he let that one go, kind of sailed on him to his receiver.
Coach Biletnikoff doing a great job with the offensive unit tonight. And, well, you know, we were talking before the game, too, about his father.
I was going to say, you think he learned a few things from his father? Just a few?
What a player.
His dad, one of the greatest receivers in NFL history. Of course, you remember him from those old Oakland Raider highlights. And, of course, we're a little older, so I definitely remember him.
Biletnikoff Award, awarded every year, the best receiver in the country. Lance Jones will take it up to the 15-yard line. You know, one of the guys on our crew, our director, Skip Hill, was reminiscing about watching Biletnikoff play back in the day, all the great catches he would make for Florida State University and also the Raiders eventually. One of those old school guys that some of the millennials don't know much about.
I was going to say, you know you're getting old. And us too, Skip, when in the camera meeting with your cameraman, you got to ask him, you guys know who Fred Biletnikoff was, right? So I'm right with you.
That's funny.
Because I'm sure there was guys that didn't know.
Well, I mean, you played with some guys. I mean, we were talking with some of these USA players yesterday, and you were talking about playing with Thurman Thomas, the Buffalo Bills.
Andre Reed, talking to receivers, played with Andre Reed as well. Bruce Smith.
These guys definitely had their own style, didn't they?
Hit by Bruce a couple times.
Is that why you retired so early?
No, I retired because they didn't want me anymore.
Second timeout.
Well, we still want you here, Reedy. It's been a fun night. And we still got one game coming up a little bit later. The under-19s will take the field here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. Just a gorgeous place to be if you've never been here. So many great events throughout the year, and every single night you can watch that happening where it is going on right now. The players reacting, they're loving it. The fireworks going off here where dreams come true every single day.
Happiest place on earth. I mean, it's the hallmark of Disney, the fireworks every single night, and it's a special place. And really, I think this week has been exceptional, this Pro Bowl week with all the events here, and it's great that they're capping it off here with this North American championships, I should say.
Yep. So 3rd down and 5. Now try and just toss this one out. This is Ennis getting his hands on it once again. Lunge forward and try and pick up a 1st down at the 10-yard line. Going to depend on the spot here.
And they're short, but they'll go here.
So clock will continue to run. Ennis out of Millville, New Jersey. St. Augustine Prep. Green will stay in and work out of the shotgun, 4th down and 1. Ennis moves in motion. Green, just a chip shot right to him. He makes a move and surges forward to the 6-yard line. 1st down, USA.
Boy, a nice catch by Ennis right there, because the quarterback, Zachary Green, threw that one a little lower than he wanted to. Ennis goes down and makes his catch on his shoe tips and is able to turn it up and pick up the 1st down, make that first defender miss. I talked about it earlier. It's the toughest thing in football, is to come up and tackle a good athlete in space. And you saw Ennis there make the Canadian defender, Dylan Zimmerman, miss there, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
It's also tough to place that ball right where it needs to be when you got a speedy player, right?
Sometimes on those passes, instead of just letting it go, the quarterbacks just try to aim it out there a little bit, and that's what happened. It kind of dovetailed on him.
1st and goal. Green sidesteps the rush, but eventually it catches up to him. And that's big number 99, Jermaine Honodumole.
Yeah, and we talked about they were not going to give up this Canadian team, especially this defensive unit. And they're getting after them, playing to the final whistle. And as you said, Canada doesn't want to get shut out, but they definitely, defensive-wise, they don't want to give up another touchdown, especially late in this ball game.
Second down. Take a look at big Jermaine. Oh, he is a beast. This one caught At the 12-yard line, taken to the 10. Stopped there by Daniel Tights. Number 88 able to reel it in. Alec Austin makes another catch.
Yeah, Austin's made a few nice catches tonight, and Green rolls out that time. He's got pressure in his face, but gets it off to his tight end for the completion.
I think coming in, we kind of knew this Canadian program was a little bit concerned that all the pieces were going to be in place. They knew they were facing a hungry USA team tonight. And boy, were they ever ready to play from the start. Caught, corner of the end zone, and it's a touchdown. It's Ennis. Ezekiel Ennis making the most of what has been a fabulous night for the boys in white.
Boy, and a perfect pass by Zachary Green there. Far and away to the corner route by Ennis. Watch this ball, nice and soft. Places it right where it needs to be. Just enough room for Ennis to make the catch. Not only get one in, but get two in for good measure. In a fitting way to cap this night off for USA.
All hugs on the sideline. And now Sanogo is going to get a shot at a two-point conversion. Going to be denied here.
On the offense, penalty is declined. The try is no good.
Well, Sanogo making a lot of plays on defense. They try to sneak him in there to get a two-point conversion. Just doesn't happen.
And looks like we got a Gatorade shower in the making here for the U.S. national team.
It's a little chilly tonight for Orlando, so I wouldn't want this on me, but I got to believe Matt Hennessy will not feel it one bit.
Noah Ferguson and Gavin Dunham teaming up here. You know, there's an art to doing that. You gotta be quick. You also gotta be efficient.
And you gotta have other guys that are kind of, you know, talking to the coach.
And there it is.
When they got the coordinator.
It's been a great night for him. And defensive coordinator Bill Williams just done a great job. His team has been prepared. There was nothing that Canada threw at them that they could not deal with here tonight. Let's shake that one off. Well, tonight our offensive play of the game is brought to you by Cutters Gloves. Cutters is the official football glove of USA Football. First play and a quick strike for USA. Ezekiel Ennis on the pass from Zachary Green.
Yeah, a little trickeration to start the game, and it's works to a T. Good snap to Green. Throws a strike to Ennis, and that was the way this ball game started.
Gatorade shower taken in by Aaron Ingram, who has just been a huge part.
Who is like a coordinator.
Yep.
Coordinator for the whole thing.
And now Canada able to grind up some real estate. That's actually the biggest play offensively of the game for these guys in red.
And if you're USA on defense, you really don't want to give up a late touchdown because you really want this shutout.
I think the guys know it on the sideline. Here, what's at stake?
Well, there's more coaches that are getting Gatorade showers. You see all the ice over there. Everyone's getting them.
And pound this one. That's a good play made along the line of scrimmage, Isaiah Ward. Well, it's time now for our defensive play of the game, brought to you by Shadowman Sports. Get game ready with Shadowman Sports. Visit shadowmansports.com. Learn how they can help teams get better with every practice rep. Another interception for USA. This was by Anthony Gurley.
Yeah, and Gurley impressed me tonight, Drew. He's a shutdown corner, was all over the place. That time he dropped off coverage, read the quarterback's eyes to make that interception. Impressed with that young man.
All high fives on the sideline as the clock winds down. Now with only 2 seconds to play. This Canadian program very prideful. I guarantee you they're going to learn a lot from this, Rainey, and they're going to be back better the next time.
And again, you talked about it earlier this evening. A lot of players, or a few players that would normally be on this roster, have moved up to U19, so it'll be interesting in that next game following this how the U19s for Canada play.
Final play of the night for Team Canada here in the U18 North American Championship. Here comes the rush. Ben Miracle, the quarterback, tries to get away from it, and he is going to be taken down by Mohamed Sanogo, and that could just do it. Keep an eye on the flag, though, at the 45. And
that penalty is declined. That is the end of the game.
That is going to be your ball game. And fitting, Mohamed Sanogo, who just had a monster night, makes that last play.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big middle linebacker with speed that can run, and you know, quarterbacks usually can outrun this guy, but not Sanogo, no way. And just you see the defense here just suffocating, and it was started. That was an early play by Sanogo, and you see him feed me as he gets there for the play, and he's just sniffing out plays all game long and just very active from that middle linebacker spot. And you see the running back from Canada try to come up and block Sanogo. He just runs him right over.
And on the other side, Brody Williams, nearly as ferocious as Sanogo was, running sideline to sideline in the first half. He was everywhere.
Yeah, and he needed to have a big game. Unfortunately, just couldn't make enough plays, but the linebacker, the kind of linebacker that Brody Williams is, no quit, fighting off blocks, getting there and making tackles as well. In an excellent game for Williams.
Watch the pursuit right there.
Well, that's what you love, the effort, the pursuit, never giving up, and you saw that out of a lot of the Canadians tonight.
Now a good show of sportsmanship from both of these teams. Want to mention also our MVPs brought to you by Riddell, the official protective equipment partner of USA Football. Trophies handed out for the North American Championship. Both teams representing well here tonight. There's the fireworks.
Yeah, I was going to say fitting, right? Fireworks
in the
still
background.
Going off.
Some of the players looking up at the sky as and Brody Williams awarded for Team Canada. They'll have a nice souvenir to take home.
And well deserved. He played his tail off tonight and made a bunch of plays. And unfortunately for him and his teammates, just USA too much to handle tonight.
Now Brody Williams out of Oakbank, Manitoba, St. Paul's High School. Only 5'11". Can make so many plays, kind of like a Zach Thomas up north of the border. And you look at Mohamed Sanogo, and a good shot there. Both MVPs embracing. And keep in mind, Sanogo has 3 choices: Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Baylor. Expected to make his decision in just a few days at National Signing Day.
Yeah, he said signing day he's going to make his choice. He's one of the ones that's going to wait, and you know, whatever school he chooses, they are getting a great one. And you know, he played middle linebacker here, but he's athletic enough and strong enough that you can move him around multiple in college. He can play that outside linebacker position. He can play middle. He can put his hand on the ground as well in Russia from a DN spot. He can do it all, and he's going to be a great get for the college program that he ends up choosing here on signing day.
Sanogo, the MVP. Brody Williams for Canada. Also for USA, Jalen Maiden, the quarterback, I think just had a fabulous night. Really calmed things, settled his team, ran the offense, pinpoint passing in the first half. And also guys like Dylan Spalding, the wide receiver, just had a tremendous week, made huge impressions.
And the other thing that really impressed me about Maiden is he didn't make any mistakes. You know, they had some bad snaps, but really that's just a product of only practicing together 4 or 5 games.
Well, it's been a fun night here, and it's just halfway done at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. The North American Championships The USA has their way with Canada as the U18 championship is in the books. 26-0, your final score for our entire crew. Alongside Rini and Golia, I'm Drew Felios, saying so long for now from the ESPN Wide World of Sports.